Video Productions proudly presents West Virginia High School basketball featuring the Tigers of Shady Spring High School, presented tonight by Mid-State 4. Tonight, Class AA's number 1 ranked team is at home to meet up with the Raleigh County rival Liberty Raleigh Raiders. Shady Spring entering with a record of 12-0. Liberty Raleigh checks in at 7-5. Greetings from the Dave Wills Gymnasium inside Shady Spring High School for tonight's matchup. The two-time NAIA National Coach of the Year, Bob Boland, and our great crew. I'm Mark Martin. Delighted to have you along tonight here in Shady Spring. Bob Boland, final week of January already. We're about ready to shift into February. That will be Saturday, and March draws closer, teams looking for improvement at this stage of the season as the ascent to tournament time continues.
Oh, and that's exactly right, Mark. Everybody's looking for improvement, but then at this time of year, you have to play around a bunch of injuries, and everything comes into play at this time of year. Injuries, flu bug, the whole ball of wax, and the teams that can play around all of that are usually the most successful.
Shady Spring comes in here undefeated. Well, they got a nice test on Friday night from Independence, pulled away from the Patriots as they were hoping to get the upset. And now you got the Raiders of Liberty Raleigh, another Raleigh County rival, coming in here hoping to pull the upset. If they are to do that, they must do it without their leading scorer.
Oh, yes. A.J. Williams, been playing great basketball. Going in for a dunk, had contact from behind and broke his arm. He's really been a catalyst for Liberty the entire year.
And, of course, when you talk about Shady Spring, they, too, have been, they got a great team, but yet one of their leaders has not been able to play in Tommy Williams.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge loss for Shady, but they have great guard play. Tommy Williams has played tremendous this season. He's played tremendous all 4 years at Shady. And he's a great leader. And but, like you say, you have to learn how to play without him, and that other people will have to take different roles. And then when Tommy comes back as a coach, you hope that your team is better at that point.
Well, certainly, again, it's no one-man show without question. You got a guy by the name of Luke LaRose there, led the state of West Virginia in scoring last year. He's having a phenomenal senior season. And some of the young guns like Braden Chapman and Cole Chapman.
Oh, yeah. And, I think Luke LaRose is really – he's already led the state in scoring. He's trying to win basketball games, trying to play the right way, win basketball games. And obviously it's working. They're undefeated. The Chapman twins, Braden and Cole, have burst onto the scene, and they've opened everybody's eyes. 2 freshmen playing that well. They can do it all.
Well, seasons to date, Shady Spring knocked off Fairmont Senior, then RCB, then it was Capital, South Charleston, George Washington, Woodrow Wilson, Wyoming East, Greenbrier East, James Monroe, Bluefield, Westside, and lately Independence. Meanwhile, for Liberty, they won their opener against Summers County 60-30, then lost 2 in a row to Lincoln County and Princeton, defeated Pikeview, lost to Westside, then reeled off 4 in a row over Van, James Monroe, Wyoming East, Pikeview. Fell in 2 hard-fought games to Oak Hill 52-49 and Independence 71-69, bounced back and got Summers County for a second time this season. We're edging closer to the tip-off for return. Starting lineups as our pregame festivities continue. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia High School basketball featuring the Shady Spring Tigers.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership, Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
Goalkeeper gives me a responsibility that I wouldn't get anywhere else on the field. Nothing else is important except how you're going to help your team. I'll never get to win a game, but I'll keep us from losing a game. My reason why is competition.
My car was totaled and I had just had it 8 months.
Every case is different and every case is important.
I just felt comfortable knowing they were taking care of stuff.
Our most important job is to take care of everything so you can focus on recovery.
They made me feel like I was special, like they were working just one-on-one with me.
Carol's case mattered. We like to take care of our own.
I did matter to them.
Call Farmer Klein and Cam, because around here,
you matter.
Call 346-5990.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
As we honor America with the playing of our national anthem, conducted by Caitlin Fitzwater of the Shady Spring High School Band.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership, Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again.
Now that the world keeps turning around.
Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
We have a lot of good soccer players that step up when we need them to and play certain positions, even if that's where they don't think they need to play. When you put all our roles together, we can be successful. My reason why is passion.
All right, the starting lineups have been introduced by Grant Davis, who does a great job here at the public address as the public address announcer at Shady Spring High School.
Oh, he does. He gets the crowd into it, gets everybody going.
Ronnie Olson's in his 5th season as the head coach at Independence, a 2000 graduate of Independence High School, led the team to the state runner-up finish against Magnolia, went to Ohio Valley College, Bluefield, started coaching in travel ball, and then at Independence High, and then here at Shady at the middle school level. Chad Williams in his 4th season as the head coach of the Liberty Raleigh Raiders. He went to Clear Fork and Marsh Fork and was a part of that state tournament team. First ever state tournament team in Marsh Fork history. 1993 graduate of Marsh Fork. Mike Price, Jeff Hardy, and Tom Shoup are the officials. Shady won the JV game 63-58. Here we go with the varsity game, Bob Boland.
Getting ready to get started. Liberty coming out in the 2-3 zone. Nobody's ever got to say this, Mark. The number 1 ranked team in the state, the Shady Spring Tigers.
That's right, second week at number 1. Got 3 Chapmans in the starting lineup here tonight, Bob, as Braden, Cole, and Haven all start, along with Luke LaRose and Grayson Shepard. And from the outside, well, it's Braden Chapman knocking down the 3. Bob, he's coming off a 26-point effort against Independence.
Well, he just got that nice 3-point stroke, lines it up, and then he gets trapped by the twin Chapmans and a traveling violation.
Run down that Liberty Raleigh lineup for you. Braden Howe, as we look at the first points of the game from the corner. Braden Howe, team captain, junior. He wears number 2, and he'll get it across the timeline to Hunter Lambert, number 35. And then down low, the shot would not go for number 22, Adam Drennan, just a sophomore. Also in that lineup as Shepard fires from the corner. You have Ethan Hill, a senior, and Nate Griffin, a senior. Team at 7-5. Chad Williams, we talked about it, they are without the services of A.J. Williams, averaging 17.9 a game, and Shady Spring without Tommy Williams, who was averaging 23 a game. The trigger will be Braden Howe. Liberty Raleigh looking for that first bucket of the game. And the shot from the outside by Howe is no good. And here comes Shady Spring on the attack. Driving is Cole Chapman.
Great job of Chapman using his body to shield the defender and then putting the ball in his left hand, drawing the foul, and getting to go to the free throw line.
So Adam Drennan commits the foul, his first, and team foul number 1 against Liberty Raleigh. And Cole Chapman at the line, who is averaging 8 a game. Here's another look at the foul.
Yeah, just fundamentally using his body. Well, that's a big loss for Liberty. A.J. Williams. Mark, I don't know if you got to see him play yet. But
have not. I was looking forward to it.
He can play. Tall, got range, gets up in the air, dunks the ball, has perimeter skills. He's going to be a good one.
And tonight's instant replay is being presented by your local Little General stores. And tonight's telecast being presented by Midstate Ford. Here's a shot up and won't go for Drennan. And Drennan, first year of varsity basketball, has really come on as a sophomore. Just played a little bit a year ago, but he can't get it to go there. Here is LaRose firing a 3. Wouldn't connect. Shady with the ball again. They reset.
Good ball movement.
LaRose trying to get it down to Haven Chapman and a tie-up, and LaRose will have it over to Shepard. Shepard out to Cole Chapman, who drives, and the shot blocked. Swatted out there by Lambert, and Shady comes back again. Haven Chapman could not get the shot to drop on the pass from his younger brother Braden, but it is still Shady Spring ball.
Shady Spring really moving the ball well. They play so unselfishly.
Here's Cole Chapman, and he will rifle in the 3. Cole Chapman has an early 5 points, and Shady on top 8-0.
Yeah, Cole Chapman gets those feet set. Very confident shooter, and he has unlimited range.
Braden Howe brings it across the timeline. Howe, a great football player, 10 interceptions this past season for Liberty Raleigh. Just a junior. His head football coach, Mark Workman, the former Marsh Fork great and Concord great in the house. Shady keeping Liberty Raleigh scoreless, but a block there by Adam Drennan, and Liberty Raleigh getting another opportunity here offensively.
Yeah, Drennan did a good job of keeping his distance away from the three-point shooter. No chance for a foul, and got the contact.
In the paint, up with the shot, lifting it through, and getting it to drop is Drennan. From the corner, and Grayson Shepard can't get it to go. Haven Chapman got the rebound. They'll kick it back out, and here's Braden Chapman. Couldn't get it to drop, but then Luke LaRose with the tap in.
LaRose skies up over the rim for the nice tip in.
The three different Shady players have scored. Drennan has the bucket for Liberty Raleigh. Out front with it is Hunter Lambert. Usually the first guy off the bench, but starting with Williams out. And here's Shepard coming up with the steal. We'll take it down. 30-second timeout called by Liberty Raleigh's Chad Williams.
I think Shepard wanted to go in there and poke that, Mark. He can do it. I think that's what he wanted to do.
He got up pretty high.
Look at it. He starts that stutter step, looking around, and then felt the little tip taps of the feet behind him. But I've watched him in the warm-up drills. He gets up over the rim and can throw it down.
So timeout here on the floor. Now Ronnie Olson said, we're going to put our hard hats on and play 4 quarters of defense. And you talk about the prolific scores they have, the offense they can manufacture. A lot of times that comes from what you do on the defensive end, but they've played great D this year.
Oh, without a doubt, Mark. And the worst thing for Liberty is when Shady scores, that allows them to get into their press. And, both teams without a Williams.
That's right.
Both teams without a good Williams. But I just think that it has such an effect on Liberty right now. He's the guy that finishes against that press.
Here he is, Braden Chapman knocking it down. He's got 2 threes here in the first quarter. That makes it a 15-2 game. And another steal by Shady. Here's Haven Chapman. Ball stripped away. And yet again, great D by Shady. And it will be Grayson Shepard going in, and he will be fouled.
Yeah, Shady with that pressure defense is just all over the place. And good move by Grayson Shepard drawing the foul after another steal. There we go. There's a steal. Shepard's got it, or LaRose got it. Nice feed to Shepard, and Shepard got fouled.
Powell with his first foul, team foul number 2. Shepard at the line, connects. And knocks both through, so that makes it a 17-2 game. Into the contest for Liberty Raleigh is Trey Tabor, 5'9", a junior, wears number 3. He's got the basketball, gets it back to Ethan Hill. From the corner, launching and delivering is Nate Griffin for Liberty Raleigh.
Nate Griffin with a nice stroke behind the 3. Great follow through, bottom of the net.
Braden Chapman to brother Cole to brother Haven. Work it around, and Cole will launch and connect.
Now, that was the old Phil Jackson, except that was called the Chapman Triangle. Had the triangle of C's over here. Great ball movement, end up with the three-pointer.
20-5 is the score, and here's Liberty breaking the pressure, but a block by Haven Chapman and goes into the Shady bench area. It will be Liberty's ball.
Haven Chapman said, get that out of here.
In our replays being presented tonight by your local Little General Stores. Nate Griffin. Braden Howe spinning in the lane, putting up the shot,
nice
and beautiful.
Move. Braden Howe with a nice spinner.
20-7 the count. LaRose cannot leave him open straight away, though that one will not fall. And here come the Raiders.
Yeah, see the Raiders much more comfortable when they can get a stop on the defensive end and keep Shady out of that press. Another turnover.
And Hal lost the handle there, and I believe in the process also committed a foul. And that's his second foul. He's a guy they can ill afford not to have out on the floor, but unfortunately he's going to have to head to the bench. Well, let's see. No, they're going to keep him in there, and checking back in is Hunter Lambert. Tabor goes out. Hal thought for sure he was coming out.
Well, sometimes when you're down a man, you have to coach differently.
Sure
and if you can't attack that press without him, you got to leave him in the game.
Here's LaRose going to the hoop.
LaRose with the body control, hanging in there. Nice soft kiss off the glass.
22-7 is the score. LaRose has 4 points here in this opening quarter. Hal, bouncer into the corner. Shot is up, but it will be short for Griffin. But another attempt here for Liberty, and Drennan can't get it to go through. Tigers go to work. Chapman to Cole Chapman. Whip it around. Grayson Shepard. And now LaRose going to drive it. Oh, LaRose could get it to go. Shepard is there for the stick back. Shepard has 5 in the first quarter.
Grayson Shepard, right place at the right time. Nice offensive board, stick back.
17-point advantage for Shady Spring. Coming in with a 12-0 record, number 1 in the Class AA rankings of the Associated Press for a second week here. And the shot no good by Hill. Liberty keeps it alive. Good job by Drennan in there to give the Raiders a reset here. Pull up Howe. Short, hits the front of the iron, and Shepard across the timeline. He's open. He connects.
27 in this quarter for Shady. Up 20.
5 3-pointers in the quarter for the Tigers. Liberty empty again offensively. Down the floor, Braden Chapman shot a little too strong off the glass, and the Raiders will get another opportunity here. Good save there by Griffin. Over it is to Howe. His shot won't go. Rebound LaRose. There is time for the Tigers, and it's going to be Cole Chapman. He'll pull up, and this one won't go, but it's all Shady in the first quarter of action. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia high school basketball featuring the Shady Spring Tigers. Tonight's game being presented by Mid-State Ford.
Your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive, just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
We wake up each morning, eager to share our passion. We work all day with purpose to build inspired relationships with our guests, our crew, and our neighbors. We're filled with pride at the end of the day, knowing that we've made a difference. Steak Escape Sandwich Grill.
We welcome you back inside today Wills Gymnasium here on the campus of Shady Spring High School. 27-7, Shady Spring in the lead. Had 4 different players score for the Tigers. Shepard led the way with 9. Cole Chapman had 8. Braden Chapman 6. Luke LaRose 4. And for Liberty Raleigh, Nate Griffin had a 3-pointer, 2 points for Adam Drennan, and 2 points for Braden Howe.
I tell you, Shady does a good job, Mark, of playing positionless basketball, and meaning all 5 guys can do multiple things on the court. And I really thought at Mountain State we were doing that kind of stuff in the 90s, and it was unheard of. And now it's very common to see teams play it, and Shady does a great job of playing it. They can switch 1 through 5 on the defensive end. That creates havoc. Has great offensive rebound by Nate Griffin there.
Yeah, Nate Griffin, which it leads to Drennan getting his second basket of the game, a much-needed basket for the Raiders, making it a 27-9 count. Braden Chapman over to Shepard, and stepping in front of the pass was Howe, and here come the Raiders. From the outside, Lambert's shot would not fall, but a nice rebound there by Hill. Another chance for the Raiders, and they keep it alive once more, though the shot wouldn't go for Griffin.
Yeah, great job of hustling by Liberty. This is their third shot at a basket on this possession as they turn it over.
Here is LaRose to Shepard. His shot wouldn't go, and Liberty going to have to take advantage of situations like that, Bob, to just kind of try to carve into this deficit. Up, and the scoop shot just a little too strong. Great hustle there by Drennan, and the ball taken away by Shady.
Well, when you just see great move by Todd Duncan and finish. When you're watching Luke LaRose play, he led the state in scoring last year. 31 a game, and right there, he's just making the right play, being a great teammate. You know, they're up 20, found Todd Duncan that trip, found Grayson Shepard the trip before that, and that's just the kind of teammates you need.
Haven Chapman knocks it away from the Raiders, but there is Howe. Thought he had a steal, but instead, Shady's Shepard put up the shot. He missed the three, and a foul is called as Ronnie Olson gets set to make some substitutions. Foul on Haven Chapman, his first, and that's the first team foul on Shady in the game. Haven Chapman comes out, and Jaden Holstein getting some early work here. The young freshman, 6'4". He wears number 22 tonight. Also into the game is Gray Hazuka.
And Red Mark, they need to get him some playing time. He's got long arms. He's super quick, runs the floor well. He's a sleeper that could help him. You ready for Todd Duncan's numbers in the JV game, Mark?
Yes, sir.
Played one quarter, second quarter. 9 for 11 as Luke LaRose knocks down the tray ball. 9 for 11. 5 of them were threes, and he played one quarter.
Mercy sakes. 32-9. We've got a break in the action. We'll return. Shady Spring in control over the Liberty Raleigh Raiders here in Shady Spring.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
32-9 game here as Shady Spring, the top-ranked team in Class AA, leading Raleigh County rival Liberty Raleigh. And some pressure being shown in the backcourt by the Tigers. Across the timeline for Liberty Raleigh is Nate Griffin, 6'1" senior. One of the senior leaders, all-around good player. Second best defender, according to head coach Chad Williams. Howe with the ball. They work it around, and now down low here is Lambert. Lambert had it knocked out of his hands by Dane Chapman, who has checked into the game, 6' senior. Lambert with it. Bouncer to Drennan, over to Howe. Howe steps back. Now this is going to be Hill. Hill gets it to Howe. Howe shot in and out. Boy, good looking three-pointer there. Wouldn't go. Here comes Gray Hazuki. He had a big game against Independence with 3 three-pointers. Driving and scoring is Cole Chapman, who has 10 in the game.
Cole Chapman so smooth with the ball. You know, he looks like he's 12 when he goes in there and just finger rolls over 3 people and runs back down the court. Never high, never low. He's a good one.
Griffin. Now back to Braden Howe. And from the outside, shot going to be short for Ethan Hill.
I think this is a good job by Ronnie Olson getting these guys playing time early in the game, because they've all stepped into the game this year and showed they could play. Gray Azuka had 3 threes last game. Dane Chapman, is a warrior. Todd Duncan can fill it up. And, there's going to be times in a close game before the year's out that these guys' numbers are called.
There's Cole Chapman, a little runner and a little short, but there's Holstein.
I told you about that one. I'm telling you. The kid crashes the boards, plays above the rim. He could be a sleeper come tournament time for this team, because he could definitely help this varsity team.
6'4", just a freshman. And going to have steps there by Trey Tabor. Hunter Lambert will check back in. Let's take a look at our little general replay.
Great offensive board. Look at the quickness. Landed on one side of the basket, no dribble, hung in the air, shot the reverse, used the rim so it couldn't be blocked. Great move by Holstein.
Logan Howerton, a 5'8" senior, has checked into the game for Liberty Raleigh. He wears number 1.
Todd Duncan time for a jumper.
Dane Chapman. There's Todd Duncan. Bob spoke of the big JV game he had, a JV game won by Shady. Still there by Howe, and then just about lost it, but kept it alive. And here's Howerton up with the shot, just checked in, and Howerton puts it through. 6'1", for 5'8", a senior. Guy that hasn't played a lot this season, but comes right in and scores it.
Nice little floater by Howerton.
Here's Duncan. Three-pointer up, won't go. Running down the loose ball is Dane Chapman.
The fan favorite, Dane Chapman. Likes to do the dirty work.
Luke LaRose fires up a shot. We got a whistle.
Have an illegal pick on Jaden Holstein.
So that will be his first. Team foul number 2 on the Tigers. Across the way, Ethan Hill will send it in. So Liberty Raleigh works with Ethan Hill, Braden Howe, Logan Howerton, Hunter Lambert, and Nathan Griffin. Nate Griffin. And here is Lambert up with a shot, and boy, Lambert trying to stay after it, just wouldn't go. Now we got Haven Chapman coming back in, Braden Chapman coming back in, Cole Chapman coming back in, and Grayson Shepard coming back in. 4 guys coming back in, and 4 guys heading out. LaRose, the lone guy that stays in there.
Yeah, and Holstein challenged that shot right there. Got a good block. He had some good minutes.
LaRose, Rose driving in. They wanted to feed it back to Cole Chapman. Ball goes out of bounds. Liberty Raleigh will have it. Braden Howe, one of the team captains across the timeline, does a good job dribbling there. Boy, had a nice lane to get to the basket, and just the scoop shot would not drop.
No, and that out of bounds call there, game management. Game management call. When it's close and you're down 25, you get the call. Nice, boy, good backspin on the jumper. Just wouldn't fall from the corner. Great pass by LaRose.
Here is Shepard, a little short. Haven Chapman had his hands on it. That's last touching the red-clad Liberty Raleigh Raiders. So Shady's ball with 2:02 to go here in this first half of action. Great to have you with us here on Video Productions as we bring you West Virginia High School basketball tonight, featuring the Shady Spring Tigers, and tonight's game being presented by Mid-State Ford and Braden Chapman.
The lefty doesn't miss from that left wing.
3 threes in the game. He's got 9 points.
And it's Cole Chapman with the defensive pressure. Got Braden Howe doing a good job, and then in the passing lane.
Shepard comes up with it. Here is Braden Chapman. This time straight away. Hits the back of the rim, and running it down is Braden Howe. He brings it across the timeline, moves to his right, cut off there by Braden Chapman as he came back the other way. Lambert has it now. They get it into the hands of Griffin, and there is Howe knocking down the three-pointer.
Braden Howe with his feet set. Nice follow-through, good three-point shot. Shady playing tough man-to-man in that quarter.
Howe has 5 in the game. Haven Chapman, another strong rebound. Braden Chapman to Haven Chapman. He hits the deck. Here comes Howerton down the floor. Howerton, coast to coast.
Howerton with a little Euro step, kiss off the glass.
Howerton off the bench and has scored 4 points here in the second quarter. Grayson Shepard going to be held there as he drove to the hoop. Going to go on Hunter Lambert. That's his first. Team foul number 4 on the Raiders. And here is Shepard from the left-hand side. Rebound there by Ethan Hill on the miss. Hill's the floor general from the corner, and the shot would not drop for Howe. Out of there with it is Shepard. Ahead he goes to Braden Chapman, and Braden Chapman, well, again, that great body control and puts it in. His first points other than a threes.
Makes it
11.
Makes it look easy. Areas with the steal again.
Braden Chapman and stripped from behind. How about Howerton coming into the game and giving Coach Chad Williams some good minutes?
Oh, he is. Howerton got a lot of spunk about him.
Yes,
Gets after it.
Braden Chapman, the trigger, out to LaRose. LaRose guns, and the shot wouldn't go. Shepard tried to tap it back up and in, and that will do it here in the first half. Shady Spring 41, Liberty Raleigh 16. We'll come back and talk about it. You're watching West Virginia High School basketball featuring the Shady Spring Tigers. Tonight's game being presented by Midstate Ford.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Midstate Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks. Just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Midstate Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
Goalkeeper gives me a responsibility that I wouldn't get anywhere else on the field. Nothing else is important except how you're going to help your team. I'll never get to win a game, but I'll keep us from losing a game. My reason why is competition.
My car was totaled and I had just had it 8 months.
Every case is different and every case is important.
I just felt comfortable knowing they were taking care of stuff.
Our most important job is to take care of everything so you can focus on recovery.
They made me feel like I was special, like they were working just one-on-one with me.
Carol's case mattered. We like to take care of our own.
I did matter to them.
Call Farmer Klein and Cam because around here,
you matter.
Call 346-5990.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign and tell them Hugs sent you.
I'll make myself a note.
Yeah, I may tell that story on here, and that'll be a good plug for him.
41-16 our count. The Shady Spring Tigers leading it over the Liberty Raleigh Raiders. Shady shooting out to an 8-0 lead in this game. 12-2 count. Chad Williams called a timeout at the 3:45 mark. Shady goes on to lead it at the end of the first quarter, 27-7, and they continue to add to the lead. It was 36-9. Liberty got it to 36-11. It was 39-11, 39-14, 39-16, and here we are at the break, 41-16. Shady trying to get to 13-0 on the season. Liberty coming in with a 7-5 report card. A lot of work to do as they would love to somehow pull an upset, come back in this one, and get to an 8th win of the campaign. We'll talk individual numbers in a moment. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia high school basketball featuring the Shady Spring Tigers. Tonight's game being presented by Mid-State Ford.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive, just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
We have a lot of good soccer players that step up when we need them to and play certain positions, even if that's where they don't think they need to play. When you put all our roles together, we can be successful. My reason why is passion.
Great to have you with us here on Video Productions as we bring you West Virginia high school basketball tonight, featuring the Shady Spring Tigers. Tonight's game being presented by Mid-State Ford, number 1 team of Class AA, Shady Spring, on top of the Raiders of Liberty Raleigh by a count of 41-16. Shady trying to get to 13-0 on the season. Liberty Raleigh coming into tonight's contest at 7-5. 6 different players have scored for Shady Spring. Bob Boland leading the way. Braden Chapman with 11. Cole Chapman has 10. Grayson Shepard has 9. Luke LaRose has 7. Todd Duncan and Jaden Holstein each with 2. 5 points for Braden Howell to lead the way for Liberty. 4 points for Logan Howerton and Adam Drennan. 3 points for Nate Griffin. Thoughts on the first half?
Well, Shady's just much deeper team. With the big lead here early, and it's the pressure defense. When they're able to pick Liberty up, press them full court, it really gives Liberty fits, and they're turning the ball over. Now, once it gets across the half court, Liberty's done a great job of attacking the offensive boards, getting second shots, and there's no quitting these young guys. But the full court pressure and the quickness of Shady is giving Liberty fits.
All right, we got the second half action coming up. Shady Spring 41, Liberty 16. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia high school basketball featuring the Shady Spring Tigers. Tonight's game being presented by Mid-State Ford.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location: Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks, just off Route 19 and Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive, just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
We have a lot of good soccer players that step up when we need them to and play certain positions, even if that's where they don't think they need to play. When you put all our roles together, we can be successful. My reason why is passion.
Just about set for the start of the second half. Looking at the rankings this week, again, Shady number 1 in Class AA, 12-0. They got 9 first place votes. Chapmanville is second. They got 1 first place vote. And then it's Logan, Bluefield, Polka, Robert C. Byrd, North Marion, Bridgeport, Frankfort, Scott, and Mingo Central. University leads the way in AAA. Williamstown in single A. Shady now, Bob, just one of 4 teams left in the state undefeated. 3 are in single A, and Shady Spring, no more AAA teams with an unblemished record after Cabell Midland lost on Saturday night, a game we had on Video Productions. All right, Shady Spring missing on the offensive end. Liberty goes to work, and what a swat there by Shepard on the attempt by the Raiders.
Grayson Shepard skying rim level, and the only thing he did wrong was he blocked it too hard. You want to start the fast break with that block, as Bill Russell would say.
Tonight's replay is being presented by Little General Stores. Visit your area Little General Store, and here is LaRose off the Liberty Raleigh miss, and LaRose just gliding down the floor and putting it in. LaRose now with 9 in the game. Strong left-handed finish. I thought there was contact with his right arm. So he said, I got 2 of them. Let me just put it in my left hand. Makes the count 43-16. In they go to Drennan. Drennan, boy, he's a nice-looking player, but just a little too strong there. Had nice positioning. Here is Shepard back to Braden Chapman. Now the skip pass to twin brother Cole Chapman, who drains the 3. Cole Chapman with 13 in the game. I've never seen him make a facial expression. He just plays. You can tell how much he likes to play basketball. Great move inside by Adam Drennan. Drennan now with 6 in the game. 46-18 the count. 6 threes in the game for Shady. How about 7? And that guy, Cole Chapman, has 4 of them. Yeah, he's shooting the ball tonight. Feet set, open. Check that they have 8 threes. 49-18 the count. Mark, I just, video production getting down here big time here in the southern part of the state. And what about everywhere we've been going? People bring it up, and the quality of the pictures and the broadcast, and we sure appreciate hearing how people are enjoying it. Yeah, we certainly do, and continue to bring you great high school basketball. So many great programs. Butch Mounts and his great crew, and got a foul called on Nate Griffin. That will be his first team foul. Number one. One thing, neither team really in any kind of foul trouble in that first half.
No, not many whistles.
Grayson Shepard at the line, and Shepard now has 10 in the game. Makes it 50-18, make it 51-18.
Well, Shady is backed off of their full court. They're back into a half-court man. LaRose, great steal, reading it.
And LaRose getting up high and putting it through. LaRose with 11 in the game.
Well, he's so good at that when his man sets a pick of just shooting that right hand, quick hands here. And
our little smile over there to Grandpa Rodney and young Rodney and Father John looking over there. They were enjoying that. They love seeing him play and the great defense that he can display. And here is another big-time defensive play by Shady, and it leads to a Braden Chapman bucket. He has 13 in the game.
Now, the papa and the uncle were smiling. The dad was saying, you should have dunked that.
55-18 from the corner. Three ball just would not go. Spinning out. Liberty Raleigh, they've just had some tough breaks in terms of getting baskets. And
now,
right there was one.
Right here it is. LaRose just shooting that gap, getting it going, breakaway. And the mom, Amy, was a big-time athlete in the family. So John and Rodney and all them will take the credit. Amy was the basketball player.
Shot a little too hard there by Braden Howe. Here come the Tigers, and Grayson Shepard will lay it up and in. Make it 57-18. Trey Tabor getting set to check in for the red-clad Liberty Raleigh Raiders.
Grayson Shepard hanging in the air and finishing strong.
Shepard's got 13 in the game. Ball out of bounds, and last touching, I believe, Howe. So it will be Shady's ball. Checking out for the Raiders is Griffin as Tabor comes in. Again, Tabor, 5'9", 140-pound junior. Ronnie Olson getting ready to make 3 substitutions, and Braden Chapman from the corner couldn't get it to go. And how about Drennan getting up high there for the rebound? Here comes Howe weaving his way up the floor, gets the ball to Ethan Hill. Couldn't get the shot to go. Here comes Braden Chapman on the move, off the glass and good.
He can get contact, finish. So good coming down that left side.
59-18 the count, and Braden Chapman now with 15 in the contest. Drennan in the paint, gets it out to Howe, and Howe knocks down the shot. Howe's second 3 of the game. He has 8 in the contest to make it 59-21.
Braden Howe with a nice jumper again.
And boy, I've
been a bright spot for Liberty.
And Drennan on the boards
yes,
there last couple of times. And some nice moves. Again, Liberty Raleigh, A.J. Williams, team's leading scorer, just a sophomore, out with a broken arm. Tough break for the Raiders. You know, the pass was intended for Lambert, and it goes out of bounds. So Bazooka's in, Dane Chapman's in, Todd Duncan is in. So Haven Chapman, Grayson Shepard, and Braden Chapman check out for the Tigers. And here comes Cole Chapman on the attack. Goes to Duncan. Duncan to LaRose. LaRose, Harlem Globetrotter pass back there to Cole Chapman, and then Dane Chapman trying to fire it into the corner to Hazuka. Out of bounds it goes.
Dane Chapman playing too unselfishly. Made a great head fake and then another head fake. It was time for that little right-hand jump hook, and still trying to find his teammate for the open 3.
I was telling Ronnie Olson before the game, I went back into the WCHS Fox 11 archives and found that Independence game from 2000 state championship game, and all the Independence Patriots wearing headbands, and he had 21 in that game. A lot of fun 20 years later to see that. Got a foul called here. Going to go against Liberty Raleigh's Nate Griffin, his second. Or check that. Foul going to go against Dane Chapman.
Yeah.
And we got Tabor at the line.
John Tabor, the junior, the free throw line.
Tabor can't get the first to drop. And the second one going. And having number 12's cross there. Tabor gets the second. Makes it 59-22. That is the second foul of the half on the Tigers. Luke LaRose out front with it. LaRose penetrates to Hazuka. Hazuka rolls it through.
Hazuka did that last game. Gets over on that right wing, gets his feet set, and knocks it down.
Hazuka saying we got to play these Raleigh County rivals more.
There, that same thing LaRose did.
Here's
Great
Hazuka
steal.
driving, couldn't get it to go. Yeah, good penetration, but just couldn't get it to drop. Good anticipation on the defense. Drennan's shot won't drop. And a shot put back up and in. Nice job there.
Jared Baldwin.
Jared Baldwin putting it in. Baldwin's first bucket of the game. 62-24 is our score.
Great.
Shot from Hazuka. This one rims out.
Great play by Luke LaRose finding an open man. That's what you're looking for. When you're up 38 points, you're seeing as a coach, are my guys still making the right play or are they trying to get in the scorebook for themselves? I guarantee that's what Ronnie Olsen's looking at. And Shady's making the right plays. And that lets you know you got a chance for something special.
LaRose is out. Drennan back to Howe. Howe guarded there by Dane Chapman. Howe in trouble and taken away by the Tigers. Duncan down to Braden Chapman, and Braden Chapman lays it in, and he's fouled. Braden Chapman with 17 in the game.
Yeah, he gets on that left side out on the break and is just a strong finisher, takes the contact down low.
64-24, 17 in the game for Braden Chapman as he makes it 65-24.
Drennan, nice rebound. Strong, nice little right-hand jump hook. Good job by Adam Drennan. If I would think Ronnie Olsen right now was probably thinking, got to get Todd Duncan going because he can help us at the end of the year. And I'm thinking Jaden Holstein, try to get him as many minutes as possible because just with that long body, just got the feeling he could help that team down the road.
Ethan Hill checking back into the game, had a shot that would not go, and then Baldwin almost got the putback, could not. Braden Chapman on the other end for Shady Spring will connect. He has 19 in the game.
Well, it just goes to the basket, doesn't worry about contact or getting his shot blocked, and is such a strong finisher.
Here's Howe for the outside. Nice job there by Howerton. Howerton has done a nice job here for Liberty Raleigh, just hustling like crazy. Unfortunately, again, the Raiders just empty on the offensive end. Duncan drives, scooping, and couldn't get it to go. Tabor with the rebound. Tabor is going to be fouled right at midcourt there. Believe it is going to go on Braden Chapman. That'll be his first. Team foul number 3 on Shady Spring. And it comes to Tabor. Liberty Raleigh likely going for the last shot, and a little scoop shot coming there by Howerton. Wouldn't go. Battle underneath, and Tabor can't run it down in time to put up another shot, and we have played 3. Shady Spring 67, Liberty Raleigh 26. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia high school basketball featuring the Shady Spring Tigers. Tonight's game being presented by Mid-State.
General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
All right, Bob Bolin, you got your work cut out for you, partner.
Well, they got the Chapman 4 out there, and Gray Hasuka, and I think it's the first time this season all 4 have been. And Chapman gets a steal. You want me to do the play-by? And he passes to Hasuka to Chapman. And
Dane Chapman scores.
Dane Chapman with a nice little kiss off the glass.
8 different players now have scored for Shady in this game. 69-26. Braden Chapman leads the way with 20. Here's Drennan. Nice little soft one-hander. I like Drennan.
I do too. Drennan with nice little right-hand hooks. Played well tonight.
Braden Chapman to Dane Chapman. Three-pointer. Dane Chapman can stroke those, and he does.
All you had to do was get him out there with his brothers where he's comfortable. He hits the runner. Now he strokes the tray ball.
72-28, so Dane Chapman 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Here's a shot that is just a little short there for Ethan Hill. Had a good look there from the corner. Here, Chapman lost the handle.
He was going to line it up again.
Well, Braden Chapman will line it up instead. He can't get it to go. Drennan again with a nice rebound, but right into the hands of Hazuka.
Gray Hasuka, right place, right time. Finishes. Shady up 74-28.
Gray Hazuka has 5 in the game. Liberty Raleigh working here with Ethan Hill, Braden Howe, Adam Drennan, and this is Hunter Lambert who knocks down the shot. Lambert with his first bucket of the game and a 3-ball, 74-31. Dane Chapman again, bouncing around, wouldn't go, and the rebound by Braden Chapman. Gray Hazuka launches. His shot is short. Haven Chapman gets the miss. Braden Chapman to Hazuka.
Good ball movement.
Yeah, Cole Chapman from the left-hand side, and Hill goes up for the rebound. We got a collision and a foul called. Holstein will come back in. Duncan will check in, and the twin freshman
on the replay. Dane Chapman, nice backspin. Dane Chapman can shoot the ball.
Yes,
when guys get in that haven't got a lot of playing time, they're always the fan favorite. He's got a nice looking stroke. He's got 5 points here in the quarter, playing well.
It's his second foul, 4 for the game on Shady. So again, Cole Chapman, Braden Chapman out, and Liberty Raleigh. Ball goes out of bounds. Raiders, and we got a foul called. Going to go against Haven Chapman. That's 5 team fouls on the Tigers. Second foul on Haven Chapman. Out for Liberty Raleigh is Nate Griffin. Adam McGee, 5'7" sophomore, has checked into the game. Here's Ethan Hill with the ball. Ethan Hill working and knocking it off the glass and in by Ethan Hill. His first bucket of the game, 74-33. Up off the bench for Shady is Tyler Mackey, freshman, getting set to check in. Haven Chapman will deliver the 3.
He lined it up, knocked it down. All 4 Chapmans now have a tray ball.
And Haven Chapman getting his first bucket of the game.
Now, Mark, when you look at Liberty's results, they have not been blown out this year. And
they've lost some close ones.
Oh, they have. And without A.J. Williams, it's going to take a few games to learn how to play without him.
Full timeout. We'll break away. Shady Spring in control over the Raiders of Liberty Raleigh. Back in a moment.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
When it comes to getting a new set of wheels, everybody knows the Midstate name. Midstate Ford, Arbuckle Road in Summersville, and Midstate Chevrolet, I-79, exit 67 in Flatwoods, West Virginia's #1 choice for brand new Chevys and brand new Fords, and proud supporters of West Virginia sports. So when it's time to trade, check out MidstateFordWV.com or MidstateChevy.com for the guaranteed lowest price on a brand new Ford or Chevy from the Stock of Need Sell 'em Cheap boys at Midstate.
Shady Spring in the lead, 77-33. Welcome back here on Video Productions. Bob Shady Spring with 11 three-pointers in the game, 8 by the Chapmans.
8 by the Chapmans and all 4. Ooh, nice move inside. Was that Ethan Hill?
Yeah, Hill getting his second bucket of the quarter.
Getting a chance for an and one.
Holstein commits the foul. That's going to be team foul number 6 on the Tigers, number 2 on Holstein. And delivering.
Yeah, their dad will tell them, y'all combined for 8. He'll say he hit 8 for Bobby Dawson at South Charleston. Dad was a great player for Bobby Dawson. Ended up playing at Glenboy as a freshman. Good side. Oh, Todd Duncan with a nice little fake pass. 1-2 and kiss off the glass.
4 points in the game for Duncan. And speaking of Bobby Dawson, a guy that, Bob, I know you went against many times as an assistant there at Beckley. Woodrow Wilson had some great battles. Battle of the Eagles. Bobby Dawson going to be honored prior to tomorrow evening's game between George Washington and South Charleston, a game we will have for you here on Video Productions.
Boy, he pops up in the gyms. Not as much as Tex Williams, but you look up there and we had the Capital Shady game. Who walks over and talks to us? Bobby Dawson. And Tex Williams, a legend. He's always in the gym. It's great to see those guys.
Tex here tonight. And, of course, when you talk about Liberty Raleigh and Liberty Raleigh, you know, schools closed. Clear Fork, Marsh Fork became a part of Liberty Raleigh, Old Trap Hill. And Tex Williams, one of the all-time greats at Clear Fork High School by the great late Bill Montgomery, our dear friend Mark Montgomery's father. And here is a shot by Hill from way out. Couldn't get it to go.
Well, we had a question. Clear Fork was losing by 5 points, and their opponent, Mullins, was going in for a wide-open layup with 2 seconds to go in the game, and Clear Fork won. The coaches were shaking hands. Young guy went in for a dunk, missed it. Stephen Dye made the 2 free throws, cut it to 3, hit a half-court shot, tied it, and beat him in overtime. Can you imagine coaches shaking hands and lose?
Well, I saw some of your games, and I know you would be a happy guy.
Oh, that'd be time to retire. You lose one up 5 and have the ball going in for an open layup.
Sam Jordan, 6'2", freshman, has checked in for Shady. He wears number 33. Well, I just love hearing the stories of schools of yesteryear and some of those great battles. Love to go back in time and see some of them. At a 30-second timeout, we will keep it right here.
I got some ties to both these benches. Mark McGee over there on the Liberty bench played for me a little bit at Mountain State. And Tommy Williams, assistant, over here on the Shady bench, got MVP of the Scott Brown game in 1991.
You were talking about Liberty Raleigh. You got to be named Mark Montgomery,
yeah.
Mark Workman, Mark McGee.
Yeah, and boy, I almost missed that one. He didn't have that ugly beard though back then.
I don't know if I'm going to tell you.
No, I'm not telling him. I hope he don't see the broadcast. Nah, he could shoot the ball. Great guy.
He's got a good staff.
Yeah, they do, both teams. And, I mean, like we said, Liberty has not been blown out this year, and they're playing the number 1 team in the state and without their best player. And, you know, those things can happen.
High school sports, and these kids have battled all night. And again, Bob, coaches, Coach Williams told his guys, hey, it's a great opportunity. You're playing the best at the moment in Class AA. Maybe the best team in the state this year. Time will tell. Duncan shot. Boy, he took a tumble there. He's getting up, but boy, he hit hard as he missed that baseline jumper. Here's Hazuka. He'll step back.
Okay, Shady's got to get the movement back in their offense. That's what it is. There comes the pick.
Duncan down to Holstein. Holstein trying to run in and lay it in. He will be fouled. So it's Holstein, Hazuka, Jordan, Duncan, and Dane Chapman in there. And now Mackey getting set to go in.
Yeah, they didn't have the timing on the pick. The ball handler has to wait for the picker to get set in order for the pick and roll to be effective.
Holstein, who has 2 points in the game, couldn't get that to go. So Mackey coming in and checking out is Jordan. Ronnie Olson staff consisting of Russ Jordan and Tommy Williams. Holstein missing both free throws. Liberty Raleigh's staff of the head coach Chad Williams, Aaron Lambert, Adam Williams, and Mark McGee.
Well, Shady does a good job of switching those ball picks. There's Holstein move. Woo, great move. Braden Howe again with a little floater. Avoided the shot blocker by shooting the high arch floater.
Howe has 10 points here tonight. We mentioned 10 interceptions this past season of football. Not bad. Duncan driving in, who in the fall, he had a pretty good fall as well. State golf champion, AA. And, of course, he was the boys' West Virginia Golf Association Player of the Year.
Yeah, but they say he can play that game.
Tyler Mackey, make that Duncan at the line. Tyler Mackey, Duncan, Holstein, Hazuka, and Dane Chapman. Free throws would not drop. Foul was on Ethan Hill. Driving in, and yet again, Howe now with 12 in the game, 4 here in the quarter.
Yeah, Braden Howe's been a bright spot for Liberty.
79-40 is the score, and that shot would not go by Duncan, frustrated. And here is Logan Howerton. He gets it back to Braden Howe.
He should have saved some of those 21 points he hit in the JV second quarter.
Tell you what, Liberty Raleigh came way down in that game and made it interesting there at the end. Shot up, wouldn't go for Howerton, who's got a little spark plug off the bench. 63-58 was the final of that JV game. All right, so Shady Spring back to work, and it's Duncan down on the baseline. Duncan wants to force up the shot, and he will draw contact with 1:08 to go in the game. Foul going to be charged to Baldwin. It's his second. Kyle Calloway, 5'9" freshman, getting set to check in for Liberty as Duncan puts it up and in. Duncan's got 5 in the game. Tex Williams walking by. One of the all-time greats, Clear Fork, and a Marshall Hall of Famer, and of course a Hall of Fame coach. And Duncan hits again. Duncan has 6. And Adam McGee in. Zachary Bowman, number 13, has checked in for Liberty. And the ball from behind, Duncan swipes it, knocks it away from McGee. That'll be Duncan's first foul, I believe.
And first bonus opportunity for either team tonight.
81-40 our score, and to the line goes Adam McGee, seeing action in his 3rd game of the season. And McGee cannot get the free throw to go down. Under a minute to go here. Shady Spring on top of Liberty Raleigh. Duncan lined it up but couldn't get it to go. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Raiders will have it. Across the timeline comes Braden Howe. Howe gets it to Logan Howerton. Howerton Wheels around Chapman and Howerton trying to pass it there to Bowman. And the ball knocked away. Duncan let it fly, but it had a whistle, ball out of bounds, and it will be
Shady spring ball. They had a kickball possession on.
Let's see, now they're going to let Liberty's going to
That's what I mean, yeah, kickball against Shady.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so Howerton tried to heave it down, and boy, hitting hard is Sam Jordan.
You know, both players going for the loose ball. I thought probably the proper call. I mean, it looked bad, but when both players are going, and great hustle by Jordan.
Kyle Calloway. Now, here's a shot blocked as Duncan blocks the shot of Braden Howe. Holstein has it. Duncan's up. Good sportsmanship there. Braden Howe helps him up, and Shady Springs is going to let the clock wind down and celebrate a 13th victory of the season. Ronnie Olson and his Tigers now 13-0 on the season. And Liberty Raleigh drops to 7-6. 81-40 your final. We will return and discuss it. You're watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia high school basketball featuring the Shady Spring Tigers. Tonight's game being presented by Mid-State Ford.
When you or your family need medical attention, get convenient health care at Prompt Care. Family practice for both well and sick visits, and they offer emergency care with x-ray and labs. Get excellent care at Prompt Care in Daniels.
First set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Make your next car buying experience easy at Mid-State Ford or Northside Automotive at Northside Drive in Summersville. We've got 9 great brands in one giant location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ford, Chevy, Buick, GMC. That's right, folks. Just off Route 19 in Summersville, West Virginia's premier car dealership. Mid-State Ford and Northside Automotive. Just a short drive from anywhere. Visit us today.
Goalkeeper gives me a responsibility that I wouldn't get anywhere else on the field. Nothing else is important except how you're going to help your team. I'll never get to win a game, but I'll keep us from losing a game. My reason why is competition.
My car was totaled and I had just had it 8 months.
Every case is different and every case is important.
I just felt comfortable knowing they were taking care of stuff.
Our most important job is to take care of everything so you can focus on recovery.
They made me feel like I was special, like they were working just one-on-one with me.
Carol's case mattered. We like to take care of our own.
I did matter to them.
Call Farmer Klein and Cam because around here,
you matter.
Call 346-5990.
Coach Bob Huggins here at your local Little General store. As I travel this great state, it's nice to know that almost anywhere I go, there's a local Little General nearby. So the next time you're on the road, look for the Little General sign. And tell them Hugs sent you.
Shady Spring wins it by a final of 81-40. Shady now 13-0 on the season. Liberty Raleigh at 7-6. And looking back at this one, Shady led at 27-7 at the end of the first quarter, 41-16 at halftime, 67-26 at the end of 3, and they take it here by a final of 81-40 to keep that unbeaten record intact. Braden Chapman led the way with 20 points. Cole Chapman had 16, 13 for Grayson Shepard, 11 for Luke LaRose, 6 for Todd Duncan, 3 for Haven Chapman, 5 for Dane Chapman, and 2 points for Jaden Holstein. For Liberty Raleigh, leading the way was Braden Howe with 12. Adam Drennan had 10. 5 for Ethan Hill, 3 for Nate Griffin, 4 for Logan Howerton, and 1 for Trey Tabor. Now, Bob Boland, you knew it was going to be a tough hill to climb for Liberty Raleigh without A.J. Williams. And again, even though Shady's still without Tommy Williams, they just have a few more weapons available at the moment. But, well, I tell you what, I came away impressed with this Liberty team and just their heart and hustle.
Oh, I did too. They never quit. They played hard. But, you know, the old saying, pressure bursts pipes. And that Shady full court pressure, Liberty had a hard time handling it. Shady got a bunch of easy buckets out of it. And, you know, that's what led to the blowout. But Coach Williams for Liberty, his team played hard the whole night. They fought. And they'll learn how to play without A.J., and it's going to take a little time. And they're not going to play the number 1 team in the state every single night.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I think Coach Olson has to be pleased with the way his team once again showed just outstanding, you know, team play. And, again, you look at the scoring, and a lot of guys got into the act.
Well, when you're winning by 30 or 40 and your team is still sharing the ball and not looking for their own, that lets you know you got a chance. I mean, you got a chance to win it. But if they start looking for their own, then that's when you get somebody else in there. And you make sure, but they haven't done that. They've all shared the ball very well, played great defense, and made the right plays. And that's why they're the number 1 team in the state right now.
All right, partner, you've got a few more days. We'll see each other again on Saturday. We'll have a Greater Beckley Christian Tug Valley game, and so I'll give you a few more days before you give me your Super Bowl prediction. So keep working on it. I know the Patriots aren't in it, so I know it's tough for you, but great job.
Terrible for me.
Great job here tonight. All right, good seeing you, buddy.
Good seeing you, Mark.
All right, and again, it's Shady Spring with the win. 81-40, Shady Spring back here on Thursday night at home to take on Pikeview. Liberty Raleigh will be at home on Friday, the 31st, last day of January, to take on the Renegades of West Side. We thank all of you for tuning in to tonight's live streaming coverage of this showdown between Shady Spring and Liberty Raleigh. Again, your final score, Shady Spring 81 and Liberty Raleigh 40. For our great video productions crew, Butch Mounts, Robbie Mounts, Timmy Roy, and color analyst Bob Boland, this is Mark Martin saying so long from the Day Wills Gymnasium here at Shady Spring High School in Shady Spring, West Virginia. You've been watching Video Productions live streaming coverage of West Virginia high school basketball featuring the Shady Spring Tigers, presented tonight by Mid-State Ford. This has been a sports presentation of Video Productions.